I'm still here pondering these directions. I don't think they're written in China, Mr. Huck, but they're missing the all-important C-lock instructions. And now that I watched a video on YouTube of an Aussie locker, it has zero mention of C-locks. So, my heat's not working in my shop. I turned it on, I turned it off. I was playing with the new thermostat I just installed. Now it won't go on at all, so I've got no heat. We got almost a foot of snow. What, 50 centimeters, so 40 centimeters, whatever. So, in the inner, whoops, here we go with the zoom again. Stop zooming. Oh, come on. Oh, man, what phone do I buy? They're all junk. There we go. So, in the outer, or the inner, that has the recess for the pin, there's a groove for the C-lock. And there it is. It's in place. And there's no mention of that groove, but it's there. And one would think, using common sense, which doesn't always help, one would think that you'd put these two side gears in, call them what you want. What do they call them here? Spacers, each driver, what the heck? You'd think you'd line it up with the pin opening. That's the pin that holds the axles apart. That's the pin right here, but you don't. In fact, you turn it so that the groove is opened so the C-lock can go into the axle. There's a channel in the axle. And in the olden days, the C-lock went into here, but you didn't need a groove because there was room all the way around. But you don't have that room, so you have to use the channel that's machined in. So now I can move my axle out, and if my C-lock is in place properly, which is hard to tell, you can't really see it. You can't see the C-lock. The axle will go into its proper orientation. And the left one's easy to do because you don't have this inner or outer driver or gear or cruncher locker in place. And I noticed also, I'm going to have another problem. That sleeve isn't recessing enough to put the pin in. You're not supposed to see this. That's supposed to be below the level. So I'm going to post this video. I'm going to play around with this, or maybe I'll just go outside and shovel snow like a He-Man, because I'm not making much progress here with this 8.5-inch GM 10-bolt differential. It's very frustrating. So I've got the C-lock figured out, but now I can't. Well, maybe this has to move out. I put grease on everything because these things kept toppling off. So I wiped it with some all-purpose grease to keep things from toppling. So, gotta rotate this. I don't know if that C-lock is in place on the axle. I think it is. And you rotate this to get the channel for the pin that holds the axles from coming together and letting the C-lock drop out. But it's a little tricky, I tell you. A lot better if I was standing up and not sitting on my butt or leaning on my elbow. I'm going to do it so the pin is running down so it doesn't fall out like a fuel pump on a Chevy small or big block, or probably a 409. And you got these wire retainers in the way. Yeah. Oh boy, I had a fellow neighbor come and plow at my yard. He's got a late model Chevy 2500 with a V-plow. Man, was he beating on that truck. Wow, pushing the snow, pushing. He was beating on it. No wonder people break their trucks. Instead of getting momentum and going easy on it, he was pushing the snow. I'm going to show you who's boss. That's why parts break. It was very nice of him to clear up my yard so I couldn't get in. So that's it. I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm going to end the video and play around with this because I don't have a cell phone holder and I'm freezing in my shop. It was -15 last night, 5 degrees Fahrenheit more or less. See you in a bit.